It is time for another good word with Dr. Jonathan Carroll. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Angie.
So, many of us often feel like life has gone way past us and we're behind from where we should be in life. What is that feeling, and is there anything we can do about it?
Yeah, thank you. It's a great point. One of the most common things I hear in my practice is I feel like I'm behind. And I want to respond to that internally. Behind on what? Behind compared to whom? But I don't ask that yet. I sit with it, because I think it's not only true for these clients and patients of mine, but it's the feelings everywhere. 25-year-olds think that they should be married. 35-year-olds panic that they haven't made it. 50-year-olds think they've missed their chance. The truth is you're measuring yourself against a timeline that doesn't actually exist.
So we get these messages, though, from society and media and in family that there should be goals and we should achieve those goals. So how do you balance that?
So there are kind of three main things that I like to think about in response to that question. The first problem is the comparison trap. Social media shows us everybody's highlight reel, which is not a real timeline. And we compare our beginning to maybe somebody else's middle. And we're using other people's milestones as if they're universal checkpoints. So we have to kind of make that real. Think about it. Your high school friend posts about buying a house. I feel behind. We don't know what their credit card statements say. We don't know about how happy or unhappy their marriage is. They could hate their job. We're comparing our whole messy reality to their carefully curated snapshot. So everyone's life is on a different schedule. Your timeline is your timeline. Secondly, I think how we think about time is all wrong. There's clock time and there's your time. Society says graduate at 22, marry by 27, kids by 30, retire at 65. But we're not on assembly lines. Some people find their calling at 20, others at 50. So there's this idea that there's this existential time. It's not about a calendar or a clock. It's about your readiness, your growth, your story. Vera Wang didn't create her first dress until she was 40. Julia Child didn't publish a cookbook until she was 50. And our Kentucky friends know that Colonel Sanders didn't launch KFC until he was 65.
Great examples, all. And I'm sure we all have people like that in our lives we can look to and go, wow, look at them, doing this marathon, or the lady who just did the Ironman who was 80. That accomplished that. And I don't think she started until she was in her 60s for training. So how do we, even when we know that, and we've talked to you about it, and we understand it intellectually, it's executing it in our real life and turning off that negative tape in our head.
Yeah, well, it's helpful to remember, and this is the point you're referencing, we have to try to interrupt that flow of thoughts, which feels very natural. Those thoughts are automatic, but they are negative thoughts. So we call those ants, automatic negative thoughts. And we have to interrupt those and replace them with something more intentional. Your life is a story. It's not a checklist. It's not a race with a fixed finish line. It's a story that gets written. And all good stories have twists and setbacks and climaxes and denouements and unexpected turns. The pressure comes from thinking that there's one right plot. I should have done this by now. Instead of saying that, what chapter am I in? What am I learning? What's becoming possible for me? I know people in their 60s who are just discovering who they are. And good news, because some people way beyond 60 never really take the time to do that. So I would say stop comparing your behind the scenes to everybody else's highlight reel. Ask better questions. Instead of, am I where I should be? Ask, am I growing? Am I learning? Am I moving toward what matters to me, not what matters to society or anybody else? And then trust your timing. Just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it isn't happening. This anxiety of being behind keeps us stuck in somebody else's timeline. It's an invisible race that you can live your life on your schedule, and that's way more peaceful and way more authentic. You're exactly where you need to be to become who you're meant to become right now.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. Great advice. It's always good to talk to you.
You too. Thank you, Angie.
We'll be back with more local lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.